are now in the month of June of 2025, and once again, another beautiful day in northern Michigan. So I'm out here with my 72 Mustang Mach 1, Mandy Mustang, and we are gonna take a nice little Sunday drive together. And of course, like I said, it's a beautiful day in northern Michigan. Why not just do YouTube Live while going on my Sunday drive? Oh, sorry about that. Right now, I just hope this thing doesn't cut out. This goes in without a hitch. Maybe if I could try and... There we go. There. That's better. Hopefully, this shouldn't be a problem. But then, of course, just gonna have to keep my eyes open for these things. Now I'm just gonna use the selfie cam to leave it right here so that when I switch over to the main cam, it'll be directly straight ahead. Maybe a little nudge while I do it as well. Let's see if this hesitates when I crank it over. Just a moment. Yep, still does. Oh well. Right now, it's just hope it's the battery. And I also had to change the idle speed a little just for the heck of it to see how well it does. And I did tone it down, but it kind of turns out I may have bringed it down a little too much. So good thing I brought it up just enough so that it just sounds right. But I'm not so sure if this is exactly idling at 1,000, but I will know for sure once I get that odometer tach put in. So I'm just gonna take it nice and easy so I know for sure this thing's gonna work just fine. Now, I have talked to my friend Mike Conrad, and when I mentioned that crank issue, like why does it hesitate when you crank it over? Well, he says it may be the battery. I mean, that's just the start of it. I mean, electrical always starts at the battery because that's just the heart of electrical. Could be like there may be a dead cell in the battery. Could be true. But then of course, there's probably also like a starter motor issue, which is another known factor. But so far, it comes down to starting from the battery and then just work your way through anything that connects to it. But also I had someone else tell me that it could be a bad ground. So that's another thought, but I am not entirely sure. But overall, I'd say start with the battery and then just work your way through, because if it ain't the battery, then just use with what I got and figure out the rest. It's a good thing I managed to pull into a parking lot just to readjust the idle speed, and thankfully I can still do that. It's a good thing I got a little tool in here that's good for doing the idle speed. It kind of works like a flathead screwdriver, just like a little L shape, and then the one end's kind of a little curved so that you can just get it in there at an angle without trying to think about bending that thing. But overall, I'd say it works just fine. But overall, I'd say just whether if it's the battery or not, you still got to get the battery. I mean, that's how I see it, and I'm sure others see it too. But if you don't think so, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear all the input. Because earlier today, I just had an issue with my daily driver, and it turns out that that thing just died on me. And it's mostly because the battery in that Jeep happens to be the original battery that came with the car when I had it almost 7 years ago. But fortunately, it already served its purpose and it was that time to replace it. So now it's a brand new battery, things starts up fine, no issues along the way. And right now, I just have to say that either way, when it comes to dealing with the crank hesitation, it's going to need a battery, either way. So bottom line, this car is going to need a better battery. I mean, the cold cranking amps on this one that I got right now is 625, and that seems kind of low even for a car that's making 3 times the performance that it originally did back in '72. But overall, I just think it's better to just get a battery no matter what it is. Whether if it's the battery or not the battery, you still got to get the battery. Still need to go on Summit Racing and see if I can get the list of odometer tags that I got to get for this car. But overall, this thing accelerates nicely. Yeah, I just think it just needs a better battery. Because I think that fuel pump back there, that probably takes up more energy than the battery can handle. So it's time to upgrade it to a better battery. Okay, down to the forward-facing camera. See if I can try and straighten it. Perfect. Bring the idle speed up just a teeny bit and it should work just fine. I mean, I did bring it down even though it did seem pretty high at first, but overall I still think it needs some adjusting. But without the tack, I still think that could really use some adjusting. At least the brakes still work good on this car. this part of the highway fixed. Still feeling bumpy, but guess I'll know for sure how well this thing accelerates, which I know for sure it does really good. But then, of course, no Sunday drive is a official Sunday drive without having Starbucks. Yep. Yep, maybe just bring it up a little bit more and that should be a-okay. At least it doesn't have to sound so high. I'm up.
Hi there, what can I get for you?
Yeah, I'll take a venti mocha frappuccino.
A venti mocha frap, you said?
That's correct.
Alright, anything else?
That's it.
663.
All right, see you at the window. That's better. Well, so far so good. All right. So I'm thinking I should go to Mike Conrad's house and see if I can, see if he can grab his voltmeter and see how many voltage how much the volts is on that battery. Because even when I test the battery, it says it's okay, but if it's okay, well, it doesn't mean it's okay. I mean, there's got to be more to it than just a-okay. There's got to be more to it, even if it means right at the battery itself. It's just whatever it is, you just don't see it. Better grab my wallet. It's got my Starbucks card in it. Let's see here. Oh yeah, almost forgot. This is all I need to readjust the idle speed is this little tool. It kind of works like a flathead screwdriver. We just do it at an angle, and it's just the right height. It's like the knob is right between that and the air cleaner filter. Hi there. All right, here's my card. Thank you very much. Oh.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. That's my fault. Let me, I got it. Yep. We're good. As soon as I get this thing in here. Thank you very much. You have a nice day. Yep. A lot of times when I put this thing in gear, it mostly goes in second rather than drive. No big deal. Always have to make sure it's in drive. Otherwise, I'd just be hitting the road on second gear in this thing rather than drive itself. There, that looks pretty centered. Got the green light. Yep, so far so good. Knock sensor's still green. Don't hear any misfires or spark knocks. Still working smoothly. Right now I just hope this doesn't cut off while I go to Conrad's house. And it's getting a little warm in my car. So all I did was pull the vent open, just pulled the knob open so that it opens the vent. And sure enough, all that forced air all that cool air from the outside is being forced right into here. And that's what I call nature's AC, excuse me. Yep, nature's AC, better than air conditioning itself. It's just nature's air conditioning. This doesn't cut out. Hope this live video doesn't cut short. Water temperature is still good. cut out. Please don't cut out. Because I just had a little trouble trying to do YouTube Live just last Monday. But right now, I'm just kind of keeping an eye on it, and hopefully it doesn't cut out while I drive to Conrad's house. That truck in front of me is gonna make a right onto that traffic light that's just about a mile away. When I get to Conrad's house, this should also be a good time to see his new addition that he just picked up just recently. Along with his 66 GTO and his 69 Roadrunner, he just got another car, and his happens to be a 1988 Pontiac Trans Am GTA. Alright, so that truck is not making a right over here, but he's making a left at the light, so that's good. And it's only 7 miles to Boyne Falls from here. So this should be good, just to give that car a really good run while I still can. So he sent me pictures of his 88 Trans Am, and it's white, and I had to assume it was a GTA considering everything else that it's got. And it's a late 8, and that being a late 80s was a dead giveaway. So when I pull up to his house, hopefully he's home, and I'm sure he will be. But if not, no big deal. Besides, I was thinking about dropping in not only to see him and his new addition, but also to see if he can grab his multimeter or voltmeter, whichever you want to call it, and see how many volts that battery that I got in the car is making. Even though I used the battery tester to see what it's like, but it turns out it was okay, but overall, not everything is what it seems. And from what I can tell, you can't always believe everything you see, even when it comes to just one piece of equipment. Even if it means, like say, the fuel pump in the back of my Mustang. just to get fuel, but if I had to guess, that thing takes up a lot of energy out of the battery, which may explain why the thing hesitates while cranking. So overall, I think we're just going to need a battery with more amps. Considering that this battery is 625 cold cranking amps, this is going to need more than that. Maybe 650 at least. But I would have guessed 700 if I just wanted to get it on a good note. But overall, I guess I'll just have to figure it out from there. Maybe I'll grab my tape measure and see if I can measure the bottom of the battery so I can get a good idea what size battery I need and see if it's got cold cranking amps that are more than 625. 650 at the least. But if anyone has any input on it, if you think 650 is the right cold cranking amps for a car battery for this car, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it. Because right now, anyone's opinion I can go for. Or better yet, I'm open to any suggestion possible. Whether if it's correct or not, I'm just open to all suggestions. Oh, and another thing I gotta do with this car. Since I'm running two 75s in the back and a 350 gear in the Ford 9-inch, I do have to change the speedometer gear in this thing. Whatever it is, I'm pretty sure, I guarantee the size of the gear, the speedometer gear in this thing, whatever it's got, the one I have to look for has to be smaller than what I got right now. So I'm just gonna see if I can do a little research on how to do speedometer gear calculations and then go from there. Figure out tire size, gotta do tire size in the back, front and back. Then I gotta do the gear ratio on the Ford 9-inch and then figure out the rest. Or better yet, probably see what kind of gear I got. Probably just get all the speedometer gears possible and then just had it set up and then yank the gear out of this car, compare it to one of them, figure out which ones match, and whichever matches, the ones below it are going to be my picks. Whether if it's one gear or two. If it's like one gear and that's it, one gear smaller and that's it, I'm in luck. But right now, I'm just going to have to figure this out with or without anybody's help. By myself or with anybody. Because right now, I'm open to all suggestions. I can see Boyne Falls up ahead. We're getting closer to Conrad's. Oh, look at that. Still live and it hasn't cut out. Perfect. It's nice to see railroad tracks just outside my neck of the woods. Whether if it's in my hometown of Petoskey and southbound. It's nice to see railroad tracks for a change. Kind of like what I used to growing up in the early 90s when I was a little kid. We used to have railroad tracks right outside my house. And believe it or not, once in a great while we get to have a train come through here and back. So it makes it a whole lot more interesting to see. Best thing about Conrad's house, it's right close to the one road where they do the car show for the Boyne Falls Polish Festival. And it's ironic that that car show is just right out the back door of his house. Oh, look at that. When you know, not only he's got the Trans Am right outside, and we can see his 69 Roadrunner and 66 GTO as well. So, hang on, let me try to take this thing out. There we go. Hopefully this thing doesn't move a muscle. Oh. Let's see if I can try it this way. Okay, that's better. All right, let's go say hello. All right, so check this out. There it is. His new addition to his car collection, 1988 Pontiac Trans Am GTA. How cool is that? Right now he's got the thing on jack stand, so he's probably working on something underneath. And it's got T-tops too. Sure has got a lot of stuff ever since he got this car. All right, so check out his other cars. The most coolest 69 Plymouth Roadrunner right here. It's even got the motor out. See his 727 TorqueFlite transmission still here. So I already got that thing gutted out, and here's the in-tank with the carburetor and the air cleaner. And here's his air cleaner for the 6-pack that he's going to install. And there's that big block 440, I think it is, but I'll ask him. And here's his 66 GTO. Man, he's got all that stuff, and he's got his roller lifters. Yep, that's his 66 GTO. 389 tri-power 4-speed, numbers matching. Man, this dude, he's my kind of guy. I mean, seeing him with that Roadrunner really got me motivated into getting my own Mopar. Hopefully, it's a 69 Dodge Charger. So right now, I'm just gonna go see if he's there, and hopefully, we can probably get busy into it. So I think we're gonna have to do more than just a whole live video. We may have to do this live video as a 2-parter. So I guess there's nothing else to talk about. I'll see you all in part 2.